Ohio gozaimasu. It's morning. I think it's morning. Well, it's morning here. So good morning, everyone, or good afternoon or good evening. I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but for me, it's morning still. I'm doing pretty good getting this video out. Oh, it's not as early as I thought. Shoot. Well, that's all right though. It's okay. Hopefully that sun coming in through the window isn't going to be too bad. I love the sunshine though. We had snow this morning, so hopefully today it's going to warm up. It's supposed to warm up. I think I saw 70 next week. I'm super happy. So, okay. Today I am talking about, it looks like Kitty's coming already. Dang it. She just got to be in front of me every time I start talking. She likes to, I don't know, it's kind of a strange thing, but she starts clawing my legs and stuff for some reason and biting me when I'm talking too long, I guess. I don't know. So today I am working on my series I'm doing for oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Series I'm doing, at least I left the door open a little bit so they can come in and out, so they're not, hopefully not barking today, but not both of them. Hopefully the kitty's not barking. That would be different, wouldn't it? Okay, so today I am working on my stages of moving forward with Dr. Mom, which I'm going to be doing a challenge. I hope in April. I'm trying to get everything set up. I've got a lot to do on my website still, and it's taken me some time to learn it all. It's kind of a learning curve there. So today I'm going to go ahead and keep working on my first principle, which is building a strong foundation. And the tier one of that is working on spirituality. And so today what I thought I'd talk about is, yesterday we talked about the difference between the spirit and the soul. And today I'm going to talk about, I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, how do we develop? So we talked yesterday about there was a difference between the soul and your spirit, in that the soul is within you, the body is your physical being, the soul is within you, and then the spirit is what you use to communicate to your higher power, whatever it may be. So it's a way of communicating, I don't know, which we're going to talk about prayer as well, but communicating to your higher power or that's pretty much it. So what's the difference? So today I started thinking about it. I'm like, so what is the difference? And I've been thinking a lot about meditation, and the new thing out, a lot of things on YouTube is mindfulness. So is there a difference between meditation, mindfulness, yoga, prayer? What's all that different? And I can tell you my interpretation of it. I think of meditation as taking the time, whether it's every day or whatever, to actually get in tune with your own self. So to clear your mind, to have everything quiet around you, and practice certain steps. And so I did download some professional mindful meditation. So mindful meditation is sort of that practice, right? You take certain steps, and I'm sure there is a plethora of different ways to meditate, and mindful meditation may be different, and professional meditation, and there are so many things. And so one of my books, The Emotion Code, it's also another way of clearing your emotions and things like that. And I think it's all we're trying to, I think, relax our body, clear our mind, get in touch with ourselves, it doesn't seem to be exactly being in touch with a higher power at all. It's just really about releasing. I kind of think of it as, are we releasing stress, becoming calm, learning how to release stress. One of the best books I've ever read was called The Untethered Soul. My sister told me about it, and it's so incredibly good. I've got to learn to write things down that I tell you about. My friend was telling me I need to put links in here. I've got a long ways to go, you guys. Okay, so I am going to write it down. So The Untethered Soul is a book, and I can't remember who wrote it. It's also on audio tape. I did audio tape, and I had to, it's very long, but it was incredible to help me release a lot of my anxiety. To give, and in my opinion, it would be considered, would it be? I don't think it'd be so much meditation as releasing your stress to a higher power, giving it away. Those awful voices that are inside of us saying negative things, also just saying go away, giving that to a higher power. So I don't know if that's considered prayer exactly, but I think meditation is really concentrating. So I did sort of download a script on how to practice. Now this is called Practice Body Scan Meditation. So I bet you there's lots of meditation, but my view of it is where you're just completely trying to be silent. That's hard for me. I'm not very good at it, but they've got different places you can go and download voices or people that will teach you how to meditate. And I think I might need to do that, just so instead of me trying to teach myself, I'm listening to someone else who's teaching it, who's talking to me, talking me through it. And I've heard a lot of different places to go for a download. So I'm gonna try that. I would like to get up to at least 20 minutes. I think it would be really, really good just to relax and sort of, I feel like your stress and everything would be relieved, if you're not as stressed. I'm not, because I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something, going like mad. And so I feel like that would help relieve some of the stress that you feel going through your day, and just giving things, I don't know. So mindful meditation is a little bit different, I think, from what I'm reading, is a little bit different from, I guess, meditation, professional meditation or something like that. I'm not sure. But I did go ahead and download a couple copies of it, so we can kind of go through it and see what other people are saying. Mindfulness is a really big word right now, and if you Google that on YouTube, you'd probably get a lot of hits on it. You'd have a lot of places to go and study. But I wanted to understand, is there a difference between meditation and yoga? So yes, there is. I mean, according to this, there is too. So I've done a lot of different yoga. And I don't do it on a consistent basis, but I would like to. It's also a way, I feel like, to relieve your stress and calm yourself down and things. And it kind of follows a really scripted path, the ones I've been in. So there's several. So I've been in regular yoga where you have an instructor, and it's probably about an hour. Everybody sits down, you have a mat. Everybody sits down. It's pretty calming music going. The instructor works you through, but it's actual stretches and exercise at a is, and I'm not going to say minimal because you actually can sweat with it. Like it can be pretty intense because you hold certain poses, and I feel like it really works on your core body because you have to hold certain poses if you can, because it's not easy to do yoga. It took me a while to get the hang of it, and we even, there's so many different kinds. So we even did outside on the grass. That was really, I really like that. And then there's the second one I did. Well, okay, there's hot yoga. I haven't done that. My son told me at the time, but you're sweating while you're doing it. So just it's just probably sweating out all the toxins in your body because we have a lot. Stress, I think, is a toxin. So then the other yoga I did was called laughter yoga. It was pretty funny, but it was a little different too. So my older son and I went to it at the university, and it was a little different. So we had a group of people, I'm going to say 10 or 15 people, and we all got in a circle. We had a trainer, or your yoga instructor. And honestly, it was just about laughing, even though nothing was funny. But the weird thing about that is when you do laugh, like, it's contagious. And if you start doing it, and you have to laugh from your diaphragm, so you just really pull it from a place. And honestly, we were all laughing because once one person laughs, everybody does. But we also had to do some things where I don't know. I'm not really, I sort of have this bubble around me where if people get too close, I'm sort of like backing up. Well, this one we had to kind of get close to other people, and like had to feel their diaphragm, their belly, how they were laughing. It was a little strange, but it was, I guess, therapeutic in ways because laughter is awesome. So that was another one I did. So there's lots of different yogas, but I think the gist of the yoga is really all about, I think you could probably get into a lot of different kinds, but it's really all about the body, the core of the body, almost teaching it to be disciplined and holding stretches for a certain amount of time, and really a calming effect. You get a calming effect from it. So that to me is yoga. So now prayer is another thing, and I'll go over prayer real quick. And so I'm like, is there a difference between prayer and meditation? And yes, I think so. So, but I didn't know for sure. So I downloaded this article, and I thought it was pretty good. So it's this lady, and she's talking about, basically, if you would have saw me this morning, I was sitting in the middle of my bed with my legs crossed, hands folded, and sitting in a half lotus position and doing a certain kind of breathing. I think, what'd she say? I was using Ujjayi breathing, something that she learned from yoga. So she said my hands are rested on my knees, palms up. So was she meditating? She says, no, I wasn't meditating, I was praying. So you can still use the position. So it can be interchangeable as far as using the positions that you would use in maybe a regular yoga practice. But this one, she was actually praying that way. So I did look up praying, and pray actually comes from a biblical translation from the Bible. Let's see, I think it was Latin. Let me see here. See if I can find it. Because I thought that was interesting. So prayer is actually a Latin word. Okay. Well, so just the definition says praise, repent, ask, yield. Sorry, I had this up, but then I lost it. Okay, so prayer in the Hebrew Bible is an evolving means of interacting with God, most frequently through a spontaneous, individual, unorganized form of petitioning or thanking. The second way in which prayer is depicted is through fully fleshed out episodes of prayer where a person's prayer is related in full. So, but I did see that it was from the Bible on prayer. And for me, prayer is when I'm talking to my higher power, which my higher power is God, but maybe people pray to whatever their higher power is. So to me, usually when I pray, every day, I try to, I'm not perfect. I try to in the morning, I try to read my Bible. I'm trying to read Genesis through Revelations every day. And then usually I just got a Bible on women of the Bible, which is pretty cool. And then I have a daily devotion. So I try to do all that in the morning. I try to stay in touch with that, especially my devotional. It always just keeps me grounded, keeps my roots growing deeper, feeds me, I guess you could say. It feeds my soul. And so I do that every day. And then I do pray. I pray to God, and I usually follow a lot of Thanksgiving. Like, I'm always so thankful, first, that I'm healthy, because it's possible not to be nowadays, right? But thank you, Lord, for my health. And thank you for me waking up today healthy. And then I really thank him for my physical strength, because I'm doing really well working out, and it's possible I couldn't have that, but I do, and I thank him for my children and grandchildren. And then I usually do prayer on protection, to protect my children. My two of my children are pretty risky jobs, and so it helps me to ask for their protection, and my church and myself and my friends. So I try to include everything that I can, and I always leave finish in the name of Christ. So that's sort of mine, but I do want to get more into meditation, because I think, and there's always times during the day I'll talk to my higher power, I'll talk to God, or if something's going on, like I'm going through sort of a lot of stress right now, I'll talk to him about those things. But that's what I think prayer is, and I have not started getting into meditation, but I want to. I think it would be really, really good to make it a practice every single day, because I think it would help you clear your mind and relieve your body of stress. Honestly, just let go of things. That's what I sort of see it as, and I got to start getting into it. Now there's also different forms of, you can do fasting I think there's spiritual fasting. I think there's health fasting, which I do that kind of on a regular basis, because I'm training for bodybuilding, and it helps me reduce the body fat. So, but I think there's also religious fasting, and I wonder if it just, I haven't done a lot of it, but I know in the Bible is sort of this thing that you do, but you don't really tell people about it. And that's what one of the scriptures I read is, go in your house and shut your door and then pray. Don't pray in public. Prayer is meant to be between you and your higher power. Mine is God. And so that's how I pray. But so meditation, I really want to get into. So in this article, this lady's talking about, just sounds like she uses a little bit of yoga and also does prayer. So she says it's a physical way for me to receive from God and offer myself in return. And the breathing, Ujjayi breathing, is slow and purposeful. Would you learn that? It must be at yoga. You take a deep breath in, filling the diaphragm, filling the air, expand your lungs. You push the air out using a tone that sounds like listening to the inside of a conch shell. And as I breathe in, I pray, breathe on me, breathe, O God. And on the exhale, breathe through me, breathe the breath of God. With each breath, I added some thoughts. So she's just asking to take care of the areas of weakness in her life, to help her with her doubts and fears, and then excelling and things. So that's sort of a way to, and I would assume the more you do meditation and yoga, or either one, you could use those things to sort of in your prayer life too. I mean, I think it's all a way of calming our soul, calming us down, so that honestly we become more emotionally intelligent people. So that when we go through life and things upset us, we have ways of releasing it. So I don't know if you want the articles that I just kind of Googled it. I'm not doing the kind of research I should be doing yet. I just have too much going on, but I'll get to it. So this is the other article, and this is mindfulness and how to do it. So how do we do mindfulness? And it's kind of mindful meditation. Okay, what is mindfulness? So it's a basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So being present, which is hard. I feel like that's hard for me because my mind's always thinking, what's next? What am I doing next? What have I got going? I've got like a million things going. What should I be doing? Blah, blah, blah. So this is more about, okay, just be here. Don't think about all those other places that you could be doing, or what you need to get to the store, or blah, all those things. Be present in this moment. So it's not all in your head. You can practice mindfulness by sitting down for a formal meditation practice, which I'm not sure what formal means, but I will find that out. And I think I've heard a lot, like I've been following a lot of people on YouTube who do mindfulness and things. And there's a lot of them, a lot of entrepreneurs that I'm following who go stay with Tibetan monks for, I think that'd be awesome. I don't know, that'd be hard, but I bet you that would be considered formal meditation, right? Wow, what a thing to do, though. What a thing to do. And the other thing is being more intentional, aware of the things that you do each day. Okay, so how do you practice mindful meditation on the go? Wow. Nearly every task we perform in a day, brushing your teeth, eating lunch, talking with friends, or exercising, can be done more mindfully. Okay. When we are mindful of our actions, we pay attention to what we are doing. Boy, that's a lot of reminding yourself to do it. It's the opposite of going through the motions. Instead, you are tuned into your senses, noticing your thoughts and emotions. By building mindfulness in your daily life, you can practice mindfulness even when you're too busy to meditate. And I think that also may be the practice of listening to our emotions, listening to what we're doing every day, and this could even fall into professional development or self-development, right? So learning how to meditate. At the onset, it helps us to set an amount of time you're going to practice for it. Otherwise, you may obsess about deciding when to stop. If you're just beginning, it can help to choose a short time, such as 5 to 10 minutes. I think that's what I'll do, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Eventually, you can build up to twice as long, then maybe up to 45 minutes or an hour. I actually talked to a gentleman today at the gym too, he's been doing meditation, I guess, his whole life since he was like 16. And evidently there's a lot to it, because I said, well, what's the difference between meditation and yoga? No, I was asking him what's the difference between spirituality, or is there a difference between the spirit and the soul? And he didn't give me a total answer, sort of, because he said it would take too long. Okay, so maybe I'll have to do an interview with him. That's what I was thinking. I might have to do an interview. Okay, so use a kitchen timer or a timer on your phone. Many people do a session in the morning and in the evening, or one or the other. If you feel your life is busy and you have little time, doing something is better than doing none. When you get a little space and time, you can do a bit more. Find a good spot in your house, ideally where there's too much clutter, where there isn't too much clutter. And you can find some quiet. Leave the lights on or sit in a natural light. I think it'd be nice to turn the lights off. You can even sit outside if you like, but choose a place with little distraction. Yeah, so you want it very peaceful. It might be kind of good to do it at night too, but that's when I would probably fall asleep or something if I was being that quiet. This posture practice can be used at the beginning stage of a period of meditation practice, or simply as something to do for a minute, maybe to stabilize yourself and find a moment of relaxation before going into the fray. Okay, so how to set for mindful meditation. So take your seat, whatever you're setting, on a chair, a meditation cushion, a park bench. Find a spot that gives you a stable, solid seat, not perching or hanging back. Okay, notice what your legs are doing. If you're on a cushion on the floor, cross your legs comfortably in front of you. If you already do some kind of seated yoga posture, go ahead. If on a chair, it's good if the bottom of your feet are touching the floor, because it's a lot about filling your body, I believe. So straighten, but don't stiffen your upper body. The spine is natural curvature. Let it be there. Your head and shoulders can comfortably rest on top of your vertebrae. Situate your upper arms parallel to your upper body. Then let your hands drop into the tops of your legs. With your upper arms on your side, your hands will land on the right spot. Too far forward will make you hunch. Too far back will make you stiff. You're turning the strings of your body, not too tight and not too loose. Drop your chin a little, let your gaze fall gently downward. You may let your eyelids lower. If you feel the need, you may lower them completely, but it's not necessary to close your eyes when meditating. You can simply let what appears before your eyes be there without focusing on it. That's interesting. I've seen a few shows where people are meditating. And a lot of times, the ones I saw, they were doing prayers through it all. So that's interesting. So be there for a few moments, relax, bring your attention to your breath or sensations in your body. Feel your breath, or some say follow it as it goes out, as it goes in. So the other day when I had my sports massage, my masseuse was doing that a lot. So I'll have to ask him if he practices meditation too. But so in certain places when he was working on my body, on my back, he would say, take a deep breath in, and then he would work on that area. It was pretty cool. I liked how he was doing that. And the neuroscientist I follow, he says in order to relax, you're supposed to take 2 short breaths and then 1 long one. And does some it makes some kind of chemical in your brain automatically de-stress. It's a good way to keep like if you're going through something, or something comes up and it stresses you out, to do that. Kind of like when you're going through Lamaze and it's childbirth and it's he ha, you know what I mean? Same kind of thing, evidently. It must help you relax. So draw attention to your physical sensation of breathing, the air moving through your nose or mouth, the rising and falling of your belly or your chest. Choose your focal point, and with each breath, you can mentally note breathing in and breathing out. Your attention will leave the breath and wander to other places. Don't worry. There's no need to block or eliminate thinking. So, see, I thought, I don't know, I've been through different, I can't remember if it was yoga or what it was, where they're saying to clear your mind, which is hard for me to do. When you get around to noticing your mind wandering in a few seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, just gently return your attention to the breathing. So that's good. So you're trying to concentrate on your breathing more than clearing your mind. So practice pausing before making any physical adjustments, such as moving your body or scratching an itch. With intention, shift at a moment you choose, allowing space between what you experience and what you choose to do. You may find your mind wandering consistently. That's normal. Instead of wrestling with or engaging with those thoughts as much, practice observing without needing to react. Just sit and pay attention. As hard as it may be to maintain that's all there is. Come back over and over again without judgment or expectation. So when you're ready, gently lift your gaze. If your eyes are closed, open them, take a moment, notice any sounds in the environment, notice how your body feels right now, notice your thoughts and emotions. Okay, so I get that. I think it's a good idea. Like they had on here, it's called Mindful Awareness Research Center, and this is how to practice body scan meditation. And they actually have, you can go on their website and download it for free. It looks like it's a guided meditation. I think that's how I'm going to start. So it's UCLA Mindful Awareness Research Center. And you can go and get this 20 to 45 minutes, 3 to 6 days per week for 4 weeks. Research suggests people who practice the body scan for longer reap more benefits. So it's just a whole other way to learn to relax your body and get all the stress out, right? Okay, so what they're saying, the body scan is what they call it, which is meditation, can be performed while laying down, sitting, or in other postures. And then the guided one, so they suggested, especially for new people to meditation, begin by bringing your attention into your body. You can close your eyes, same kind of thing. So feeling the weight of your body on the chair, on the floor, however you set it, take a few deep breaths, bring in more oxygen and leaving the body. And as you exhale, have a sense of relaxing more deeply. So it's teaching you how to breathe and concentrate on your breathing. So you can notice your feet on the floor, notice the sensations of your feet touching the floor, the weight and pressure, vibration, heat. You can notice your legs against the chair, pressure, pulsing, heaviness, lightness. Notice your back against the chair. So it sounds like they guide you through through different body parts and really getting in touch with your own body and your breathing and learning to relax it and things like that. So that's pretty cool. I'll put a post on here, the link to this Mindful Awareness Research Center. so that if you want to try that body scan meditation, you can. I think it'd be pretty interesting. I got to start somewhere where it's guided. And all of this, I feel like, my opinion, all of these things can help you develop your spirituality, which to me contributes to a strong foundation. So the more that you're grounding yourself, the more that you're becoming more aware of yourself, the more that you're praying and using meditation or yoga or whatever it is to clear, honestly, a lot of times it's to clear trapped emotions or your soul where you've put bunches of maybe walls around it to protect it. I think these kinds of tools can help you to learn to open up and to be more comfortable with being more of an open person and letting sort of your light shine and being more loving and kind and gentle with other people and empathetic. So that's my take on it. I think it's super good practice. And I actually would like to go to some more professional mindful meditation seminars and things like that. There's just a whole lot going on out there as far as helping people to. I mean, you can even heal your body in ways by getting rid of all the I don't know, stressors, all those voices inside of us that are always telling us negative things. This is all a way of getting rid of all that. So I think that's all I have today. I never know what I'm going to do until the morning I wake up and I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. Let's study on that. So I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll know when I'm doing a new video. I won't be doing one probably tomorrow. I have made a lot of progress on my kitchen remodel. I redid where I had to make holes in the wall to put electrical in. I had to do some sheetrocking and mudding, so that's all pretty much done. And now I'm putting the cabinets in and trying to get them all level, which nothing seems easy. I mean, it just doesn't. So I will be updating you tomorrow on that progression. I'm hoping by 2 weeks to at least have ordered the countertops, because I'm sort of running out of time. I need to be done, probably by the middle of April to put my house on the market and sort of move forward with all of my plans. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, leave comments. If there's something you want me to research, let me know, and I will do that. So I think that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you, and much love. And thank you for joining me.